Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing my Spidersona. So I kind of have a little backstory for my Spidersona. It's not a full backstory or anything, but I do have a little bit of it. And if you guys don't know what a Spidersona is, it's basically a persona and a Spider-Man like mixed together, or like a spider person mixed together into a Spidersona. So I decided to name my Spidersona Red Web because it kind of just felt like it was like the best name for her because I'm red and webs fits spider people or spider. So her power, so like she has a power and her power is poison, but it's not just any poison, she has red poison. So I think her poison is almost like red acid in a sense, because it's going to be like red webs, like she forms her webs, but they can also, like the webs can melt through things like acid could. So this is sort of Red Web's story. She comes out at night after doing college courses, or she's like a college student I'd say, and then at nighttime she gets her suit on and will go out. But she likes to stay hidden in the shadows so not many people can see her, or not anybody if possible, because she doesn't really want to be seen. And like all of her red webs aren't poisonous. They can be poisonous if she makes them poisonous, but like they're not all poisonous. Just if she like wants them to, they can, but not really like all the time. She usually just uses them for saving people and catching criminals and stuff, but she doesn't really like use her poison often. And I know I think the actual Spider-Man and a lot of other people's Spidersonas actually have like a gadget that comes out and the webs shoot from there, but I'd actually think that the webs will come from inside her, because after she was bit by a spider, like the webs are inside of her and she like creates them and can control them herself. When I say inside of her, I mean like they come from inside of her hands, like she can shoot them from her hands, and this might sound kind of funny, but I think they could come from her feet too if she wanted to. And I tried to draw a spider. It really didn't turn out well. It kind of just looks like a little bug more than a spider. But I wasn't going to look at a picture of a spider because like spiders are horrible. So I wasn't going to go look at a picture to get a reference because they're just kind of gross to me. So I tried my best just like off of head knowledge of how to draw a spider. But it kind of just looks like a little bug. So I was going to give her a pet goose because I just thought that would be really cool to have like a goose, like a pet goose, but with like a spider mask. But every time I would draw the goose, I tried to draw him upside down like he was hanging from his own web, but it just was like looking super weird. So, but she does still have a pet goose. It's just not on the drawings. And this is supposed to be like my persona, but with Spider-Man. So any of the backstory that I said is obviously not me at all. But my favorite, like one of my favorite animals is geese. So that's why she has a pet goose. But the backstory obviously isn't mine because I don't have like poisonous spider webs. And that's obviously not even a thing. Nobody can even have poisonous spider webs because that would actually be really weird too. But I actually do really like this hoodie I put on her because I actually have one similar to it. So that's why I gave it to her. Mine is like the stripes. I actually do kind of have a hoodie like that with the same colors. The hardest part I think was drawing the webs on her suit. For some reason it was so hard because I didn't want to mess them up because you can't fix it once you mess it up. And sometimes I would mess up the little hoops and they just like kept messing up or were too wide or not wide enough. So it was quite nerve-wracking to do those, but in the end I do think it turned out pretty well. So I also wanted to do one picture where you could see her face, like her mask was down, and I was going to actually give her glasses. But then I tried to give her glasses and it just like wasn't looking right. They just kept looking super weird for some reason because I was trying to make them like bigger than her eyes and they just like weren't working out. So I'd have to say my favorite part of the drawing is probably her hair because I love how I like finally got it to look kind of flowy, because at first it just wasn't looking flowy at all. So when I finally got it to look like that, I actually thought it was like super pretty. So trying to make it to where her mask looks like it's like pulled back behind her was kind of hard because it almost looks like a hood, but I don't want it to look like the mask would like open from the front because then that would kind of be a little strange. But I wanted it to still look like a hoodie sorta. So I think it looked good in the end now, but at first I was just unsure about it. So I didn't really give her any accessories because I was just unsure of what accessories to give her, because I was just like, what accessories would she really carry or want to bring with her? So I didn't really put any. So if you guys have any suggestions or any like accessories you think would look good with her, just comment them down below so I can add them to the next drawing of her. So when outlining her suit with all the webs, it was kind of like hard because it was just like so tiny and I didn't want to mess it up. So when I finally got done doing that, I was like, yes, I can finally start coloring it in. So like the color of my channel banner, I wanted to give her suit like a pink color. But then on like the parts where there's no webs, I decided to make that gray. I didn't really add any red into her suit because like the original Spider-Man is red. So it really wouldn't have stood apart if I made her red. But besides like crimson red, pink is actually also one of my favorite colors, and I actually really enjoyed drawing with this pink or coloring with this pink because it was actually really easy to blend and like a nice bright color to use. And I have no clue how, but a little bit like on the last drawing I did, it started to smudge. I was like, how is it smudging? It's been drying forever, like my liner's been drying forever. But then it started smudging a little, so I just like left the shading where it was. So if you see something that's like a little less shaded than the rest, it's because it started smudging. And here is a funny fact about Red Web. I think she would really like ice cream. Like I think she would like strawberry ice cream, but I don't think she would like chocolate ice cream at all. But I think she would like strawberry, vanilla, and maybe like mint chip. And sometime in this video, I will put an iCard up in the top right corner because I actually did a shorts of drawing Red Web a while back, right before I all had like her character design and everything. I just had like one drawing in mind. I did a shorts about it, so I'll have to pin that up somewhere so you guys can watch it. And I'm thinking about doing like a coloring tutorial about how I shade and use markers. So guys, stay tuned for that because it's coming soon. It might not be my next video, but it's definitely coming soon in the future. So my Spidersona is going to be a little bit like me, but she's also going to have her own backstory. Like of course the backstory is going to be like spider person backstory, but a few of like the things that she likes, like ice cream and pets, that's going to be like stuff I like. But it's going to be like a mix of me, but then her own backstory. I saw a lot of people using this face for their Spidersonas, and I just thought it was so funny of how one eye just looks like that, but then the other's regular. So I decided to use that for Red Web because I just thought it was like such a funny little face, and I actually liked how it looked. And then here I'm just finishing her little jacket. Well, not finishing, I'm actually starting her jacket, but I'm just putting the little stripes on it right now, and then I'll get into the coloring. I actually made her little jacket maroon, because that's the jacket color I have for my jacket, and I actually really like the color maroon too. Have you guys made any Spidersonas? If so, what are their names? Because I'd love to know of your guys' Spidersonas, because I think that'd be super cool. I think it'd be super cool to get like a few different art YouTuber Spidersonas and put them in like a funny picture together, like a drawing, but like as a picture and they're like doing something funny together. And maybe I'll do a series like how I draw your guys' OCs. I'll do a series of like drawing your guys' Spidersonas. So if you guys want me to do that, comment down below and I'll definitely think of doing that. Where you guys like send in your Spidersonas and I'll like draw them. So this was probably my favorite drawing here because I really enjoyed shading the skin and her hair. And it was probably my favorite for like multiple other reasons because I loved how like it just turned out in general. So here this marker started to dry up, so I was just trying to get like a nice good coat of the marker on the drawing before it like dried up on me. So I was just trying to like smooth it out and everything. So I almost forgot what pink I used because I put it back up in my case and I was like, oh no, but then I finally found the correct pink. And then here's where it started to smudge and I was like, why? Don't smudge. Because I have no clue because it's been drying for a while because this is the last drawing I did. So I have no clue why it was smudging for like no reason. So I'm not sure yet. I might make her like either my like Spidersona persona or I'm going to change her to like an OC to where she has her own personality, own background, own everything. But I'm not sure yet because I'm thinking about making an animation, but I'm not sure if I want to just keep her like my persona or like change her to a completely different like OC that has nothing related to me. So I didn't show this in the video, but then I put a blue background on the background of all 3 of the drawings. Like I put a long one on the 2 top ones, and then I do a little like short one on the bottom one. And then in the webs, I make it like all red around the webs and like make them like glowy, sort not glowy, but like shaded really well. So this was my favorite part of the drawing because I really enjoyed shading her hair and like all of the colors I used, because those are like my favorite combination to blend. So I really enjoyed this part. And unless I say different on like a community tab or anything, I'm thinking of doing, like I've already said it, and I'm going to be doing every other Sunday live streams. So don't forget to like jump in and say hi to on the live streams. So each live stream I'm going to do a different OC, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about their backstory and a little bit about them. So it's going to be like an OC lore live stream sorta. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and if you guys have any questions or if I didn't explain anything correctly, don't worry, you can just comment down below and I'll answer any questions you guys have. And thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you guys have a great day or night.